Out in the Earth's oceans, beneath waters that can reach depths of 37,000 feet, something huge may be hiding.
Check out the toes. Both critters begging the question, are these the vampire-like monsters with the worldwide following?
What's happening, guys? Jared Bronstein here, and welcome back once again to another IO Top 10. Make sure you are subscribed, hit that bell so you could always be notified of new videos, and let me know which number on here you think is the scariest. Unlike some of our other previous Top 10s, this one's a little more fun. Personally, I don't really believe in any of the creatures or monsters on here, or whatever you want to call them, on the list. I mean, I'm not a pessimistic person, but I just don't believe in things until scientifically proven. But a lot of people do believe that a lot of these creatures or monsters do exist, and some believe that there is some science behind it. And I will say, if some of these creatures did exist at some point, I'm glad they no longer do. At least, I don't think they do anymore. Let's ramp up our anxiety all together and jump into the top 10 scary legendary creatures that might actually exist. Starting us off at number 10, because it's an absolute classic, we got the Loch Ness Monster. Probably the GOAT of scary legendary creatures. For those of you that don't know what that means, GOAT means greatest of all time. The Loch Ness Monster, also referred to as Nessie, is believed to roam the waters of Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands. There have been many different sightings, which some claim are hoaxes and others are just misidentifications of regular creatures such as an eel. Although the monster is believed to have a long neck and at least one hump, but others claim that it has maybe 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Who really knows the number? There's never been any scientific proof that it is actually real. But then again, our technology is always advancing and we're still finding fossils and remains from animals that lived hundreds of millions of years ago. So who's to say in the next 100 million years, future generations won't stumble upon the Loch Ness Monster, or at least a skeleton.
This loch is 24 miles long, well over 200 meters deep, and there are countless caves. So for those who want to believe, there is still room for the legend of this loch to live on.
At number 9, we got the Yeti. There's always been talks about Bigfoot, and the Yeti seems to be the snow version of Bigfoot. Also known as the abominable snowman, the Yeti is believed to be an ape-like creature that is much taller than humans and lives in the Himalayan mountains. Although many believe the alleged sightings of the Yeti could have been a misidentified animal, such as the Himalayan brown bear, others think there could be a human-like half-ape creature living in a cave in the mountains. One genetic study determined DNA samples found in the Himalayan mountains matched that of a prehistoric bear, but maybe that bear really was a Yeti. Hopefully one day we can know for sure, but as of now, it seems although the Yeti hasn't been scientifically proven, many believe in its legend.
To find any footprints at such high altitude was simply inexplicable, so high above the tree line and so high above any human habitation.
At number 8, the Chupacabra. What seemed to originally start in Puerto Rico in March of 1995, this alleged creature was believed to be responsible for the death of 8 goats, all of whom were drained of their blood and had 3 punctures in their chest. A few months later, Madeline Tolentino claimed to have actually seen the creature in a Puerto Rican town where close to 150 farm animals or pets were allegedly killed. Although there was no evidence of the animal itself, many believe and still do believe it exists. However, Tolentino's claims have been refuted by Benjamin Radford, who investigated the case, saying Tolentino was basing the creature on a fictional creature from a 1995 film called Species. Others believe it could be the likes of coyotes infected with a parasite that causes them to lose their fur, thicken their skin, and smell awful. Either way, this creature is believed to have scaly skin or spikes running down its back and stands 3 to 4 feet in height.
It was certified Chupacabra all the way, and that's good enough for me. It doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, with civilization encroaching on animals, you know.
At number 7, we got the dragon. Now, I know it sounds far-fetched, and when you hear dragon, you think Game of Thrones or the donkey's lover in Shrek. But hear me out here. Some say this reptile-like monster can fly and shoot fire out of its mouth. I'm not saying that ever existed. It might have, but I'm not saying that. But think about the similarities between a crocodile and a dragon. Both have scales on their skin, and ancient words like Draco and Drakon mean large serpent or sea serpent. We also had pterodactyls at one point, so who's to say they aren't a species of dragons? What about bearded dragons? They're not nearly as dangerous and can't fly or breathe fire, but they resemble that of a dragon. But if dragons never existed, how would we know what they look like in the first place? Think about it. You done? Okay, keep thinking. At number 6, we got the Wendigo. Imagine a large, human, and deer-like creature with bones protruding out of its body due to the fact that it's so skinny. Well, that's exactly what this thing is believed to be. And although it preys on humans, it's believed to never be satisfied because that's what makes it tick. Greed, gluttony, and excess. Some believe this creature is a human who has just gone insane and turned to cannibalism, attacking any human that comes near it. Others genuinely believe in the myth of the Wendigo, which is just a creature that hunts humans in the woods.
Wendigo is a malevolent spirit, literally brought into life through what we consider one of the most ultimate acts of evil, cannibalism.
Coming in at number 5, we got the Grootslang. Now this legendary creature is believed to reside in a cave known as the Wonder Hole or Bottomless Pit in Riksterveld, South Africa. Not much is known about it, but many believe the Grootslang likes to live in warm rivers and lakes, which could make sense because this bottomless pit, as it's called, is believed to connect to the sea. The local tale is that the Grootslang have a love for diamonds, so as much as they love to kill, if you could trade some diamonds for your life, well, that's a deal they'd most likely take. But in reality, many believe the Grootslang is a 40 to 50 foot long snake, although locals disagree and do believe there is something hiding in that pit, protecting the Earth's natural treasures. At number 4, we got the Griffin. Half lion, half eagle, the Griffin is believed to have been a legendary creature that was around during the ancient times. These things have appeared in ancient Iranian and Egyptian art dating back to before 3000 BC. So although I think we could all agree they don't necessarily roam the Earth nowadays, back then, who's to say they weren't flying around town? Although some believe the fossils of dinosaurs could have been what led our ancestors to believe in these creatures, we'll never know the true origin of how the imagery of the Griffin came to be. Maybe it was real and we just don't want to believe it. Coming in at number 3, we got the Hydra. Similar to that of the Loch Ness monster, the Lernaean Hydra is a serpent water monster that comes from Greek and Romanian mythology. The oldest imagery of this multi-headed serpent type monster was found on a pair of bronze pins dating back to 700 BC. Although over the years the description of the creature has changed, it seems to resemble that of some sort of water dinosaur. Almost a dragon-like creature, some believe it's actually a single-headed snake that was just carrying babies on its back. A much more believable possibility, but also a lot less fun. At number 2, we got the Kraken. Also one of the most well-known myths or legends to date, the Kraken is believed to be a massive sea monster that lives off the coasts of Norway and Greenland. Many depict it to be a very large octopus of some sort, but an anonymous author of old Norwegian history is believed to be the one who first documented it in detail while on an expedition. Over the years, the legend of the Kraken has taken on a life of its own, with many people possibly making themselves believe they stumbled upon something that no one else has been able to find. Some think the Kraken still lives in the depths of the seas, while others believe it's just a giant squid that's been mistaken as a monster.
And when they saw these animals in those days, they had no idea what they were. In trying to explain this phenomenon, they would come up with myths.
And in at number 1, aliens. Are they real? Are they fake? Is the government hiding something from us? Or are we just trying to make ourselves believe in something that we all secretly know doesn't exist? Personally, I think there is a strong possibility that there are other life forms out there. Maybe not aliens, but we call them that because we don't know what they could be. I mean, think about all the other planets, universes, solar systems out there. It's a lot to wrap your head around, so rather than drive ourselves crazy, let's just all come to terms that aliens are all like ET.
Does this mean they're coming?
And that does it for this video, guys. I've been your host, Jared Bronstein. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a good old thumbs up, and of course subscribe and ring that bell so you guys never miss a video. I want to know in the comments down below which one of these creatures you guys think actually existed. Do you think any of them ever existed at any point in time? Do you think they're all mythical creatures that are just made up? You guys gotta let me know in the comments down below, and you gotta let me know if you agree or disagree with my list. Would you rank these differently? Let me know in the comments down below. I left aliens at number 1 because I genuinely do believe if it's not an alien like a big green creature, there are other life forms out there on different planets, and to us, I guess that's alien life form, right? As always, I've been your host, Jared Bronstein, and we'll see you guys in the next video.